From crumbly breads to gluggy cakes, gluten-free baking can seem impossible. It is very different from normal baking. So it's time to throw your expectations out the window and start afresh.
Kia ora, hello, I'm Nicole and welcome to my nutrition kitchen and this gluten-free baking basics cooking class. The ultimate guide to becoming a savvy gluten-free home baker. I'm a New Zealand Registered Nutritionist, but before that I owned and ran a gluten-free bakery. So I have about 20 years gluten-free baking experience, which means in the following course modules I may make gluten-free baking look and sound simple, but it has been, and still is, a challenge at times. There are always new and exciting ingredients and innovations to try, and tweaks to be made to further improve the recipes. One of the main reasons that I have for doing my own cooking and baking is so that I know exactly what's in my food. I can cater to my allergies and food intolerances, to my likes and dislikes. I can mix it up and, make it different each time so I don't get bored, or I can finally work out that combination that makes a firm family favourite. By following the information in this class, you will gain the knowledge to do that too. I love food and I love cooking, and I hope that by the end of this class you will have the confidence to be able to master and love gluten-free baking as much as I do. I hope that you will have learned some helpful hints to make living the gluten-free lifestyle just a bit easier and more fun. Now the following few slides in this module are just a quick overview of what the course covers and how it's going to flow. Then feel free to work your way through the rest of the modules in whatever order takes your fancy. However, I do recommend that if you are a gluten-free baking novice, you start with module 2 before going into the recipes. So a little more about what to expect coming up.
Module 2 is all about introducing you to the basics of gluten-free home baking. I'll give you my 6 top tips for mastering your baking. We'll go over the different flours and other ingredients, and then there'll be information on how to put together an all-purpose flour blend that works in most baking recipes. It's the one I always have on hand. From then on, modules 3 to 8 is a different recipe for you to get into making. Not all are exactly baking as such, but they are all fabulous basic recipes to have you whipping up awesome gluten-free family favourites in no time. The equipment needed for this class is just your basic kitchen utensils. The only really fancy piece is a food processor, but even it's not actually necessary. The recipe it's used for can easily be made without one. Let's get started.